Welcome to second semester algebra with Mr. Bostwick. This video is going to talk a little bit about what you can expect this semester, how you'll be graded, what class will look like, as well as some of the incentives that are in place for working hard this semester. First thing that it's worth noting is that when you're looking over this document, which you have access to from the same drive with which you access this video, is that your grade is going to be calculated differently. So 30% of your grade is going to be dependent on pre-algebra skills using Khan Academy. 40% is going to be based on Algebra 1 skills using Khan Academy, and then 30% are going to be based on projects. So let's talk about each of those in turn. The pre-algebra skills, the way they're going to be graded is that you have to achieve a mastery level in Khan Academy. And so I'm going to scroll down here just briefly. Khan Academy has these different levels. So not practice means you haven't done anything with that particular skill all the way up to mastered. If you practice something, like you complete a practice exercise, that gets you up to this level. In order to move further up the ladder there, you need to pass mastery challenges over that skill. And so for pre-algebra skills, you have to achieve the mastered level in order for it to count. So I'm going to highlight that here. For Algebra 1 topics, mastered level content counts. Practiced level 1 or level 2 are not sufficient. And so the way that I'm going to calculate that part of the grade is that for a given date, let's say the 10th of January, there's going to be one column in the grade book for pre-algebra skills, and the divisor is going to be 20. So let's say that right now you have 17, whoops, let me change my pen there, so it's not grotesquely large. Let's say you have 17 skills mastered right now, and it's January 10th. Today, your grade is going to be calculated as 17 out of 20, and so given that ratio, you'd have an 85%. And so you'd have a B in class. Now, next Friday, I'm expecting that you jump up to 45 skills. Okay, so that would be what's due the 17th. And so that column in the grade book or that row in the grade book is going to stay exactly the same, except for the fact that the divisor's going to change. And so to go up to 45, and so if you didn't master anything else, your grade would drop from 17 to 45. And that would change your grade to 37%. And so you have to continue to work hard and take mastery challenges in order for you to accomplish this part of your grade. Again, that's 30% weighted in your grade, and there are 259 skills that you need to master for pre-algebra. And I'll want those all mastered by the 14th of March, and the divisor will stay at 259 for the rest of the semester. So when you're looking at pre-algebra, a lot of those topics are things that you're going to know already, and there's going to be some things that you need to review by watching videos or practicing it a little bit more. But my hope is that by making that part of your grade and giving you access to these things is that for some of the students that are lacking some skills from previous years, or maybe some things you didn't understand from 6th or 8th grade, I'm giving you access to that material so that you can learn what you need to learn so that you can be successful in algebra. All right, so that's the pre-algebra section of the grade. The second section of the grade is algebra skills. Algebra skills are going to be listed individually, and there's going to be between 40 and 60 of those to cover for the year, divided up by units. For algebra skills, you'll be graded on a scale from 0 to 5. For each skill, it's going to be listed in the grade book according to what it's listed as in Khan Academy. If you haven't practiced it, it'll be a 0 out of 5 in the grade book, all the way up to 5 for mastered. And so what that should tell you is that you have to pass at least one mastery challenge to get to level 1, which means in order to be passing for that skill, you have to pass at least one mastery challenge for it. That would be a 3 out of 5. Ideally, you'd want that to show up in mastery challenges several times so that the algebra skill would eventually be 5 out of 5. And so that's between 40 and 60 skills. And again, there's going to be sort of a cascade of due dates for those. And so at different times throughout the semester, different units will be due in terms of the skills. And I'll have a complete schedule of that as the semester progresses. And that's 40% of your grade. The last chunk of your grade is based on projects. So there are some projects that are going to be sort of investigations. And that's because Khan Academy doesn't cover everything that we need to cover. But I'll develop some supports so that you can cover that material with my help on your own. There's going to be a second type of project which you're going to have to pass some prerequisite Khan Academy skills to get access to. Those are going to be more like the projects that we did at the end of last semester where you're applying algebra skills to a real world situation. And then there's a third kind of project which require no prerequisites and that are not investigations. So the first one is a purpose of algebra type thing, and you can take a look at that in our Google Drive if you want. But it doesn't have any prerequisites, but it gets you to think about what you want to get out of this class in particular. So that's how you'll be graded. Projects are 30%. You'll always have a rubric for your projects. The incentive structure that I've tried to build is a point system. Khan Academy gives you energy points. And so right now I've developed 5 levels, the 50,000 level, 100,000 level, 150, and 200,000. Each level comes with its own privileges as well as some things that you can do to either humiliate me or have some fun. So part of my idea here is that I want to make this class more interesting for you. I want you to have some things to work towards that would be kind of fun. And so that's what I'm up to here. And so some examples of things that you can earn is that if you get 100,000 points, you get to give me a nickname that you can call me for the rest of the semester on the condition that that nickname doesn't get me fired or get you suspended. You can get vending machine passes or passes to work in the media center. At 200,000 points, you get to slam me in the face with a pie, or use my awesome chair, or work in the hall. So there's a lot of stuff that you can earn. This is all in our Google Drive, so I invite you to look over it really carefully to know what's at stake. I'll post weekly people's standings and give out their prizes and different privileges on a week-to-week basis. Additionally, this semester, there's going to be a couple other components that we're going to talk about early in the semester. In order to help you with your progress throughout the semester, I'm going to develop a note-taking system using Cornell Notes and what's called an interactive notebook. We're going to go over that early in the semester, and that should help you engage Khan Academy more successfully. But what it basically comes down to for the semester is that you get to learn what you need to learn, and I'm going to give you some guidance about what you have to learn to pass algebra. And so the goal is that by the end of the semester, everybody has thousands and thousands of points. I want to get hit in the face with a pie 82 times. That's the number of students I have currently. And I hope that everybody is ready to pass their end of course exam, which is a final that you have to take for algebra. There's a state examination. With those two things combined, my hope is that you can get a lot out of this semester and learn a heck of a lot. But it really depends on you. And so the bottom line is that you have to try to learn as much as you can. You have to start thinking of me as a coach and a resource. I'll help you throughout the semester, but you need to manage your time. You need to seek assistance online and in person because you can ask people at the Khan Academy website for help. You need to stay focused and take reasonable breaks if you've earned them. You need to learn a heck of a lot. You need to be aware of your own learning and then set weekly learning targets and reflect on them. I need you, from me, you can expect me to encourage you, give you feedback about your productivity. You can expect me to answer questions that you have and provide the resources you need in order to succeed. I'm going to be giving students feedback about their focus and breaks. I'm going to be a coach and a manager to help you with your learning. And you can ask me to be more intensive in terms of my management of you. If you're struggling, I will intervene to make sure that you can get more out of this class. I'm going to note your progress with your grades, and then I'm going to help you make and set your goals from week to week so that you have something to work towards. I'm going to reserve some things that I can do. I may need to manage your iPad to the extent that I may need you to work on a computer that isn't yours if you continue to distract yourself with it. I may need to intervene if you're disrupting yourself or others, including contacting your parents or referring you, given that everything that is in our curriculum this semester is available electronically, and you can ask for feedback from me via email or via message. You can expect that I'm not going to put up with a lot of distractions in class, especially not as much as I put up with last semester. And so we have to be very productive. And so please don't expect me to be lenient. I'm also going to require you to submit plans of study so that I know that you know what you're about to learn and you can reflect on those things. There's 2 other notes that I'll make briefly. One is that in this class you have to have your notifications turned off, and I can help you do that if you want. Secondly, I want to note that you should not use calculators unless it's built into the practice system that Khan has available for you. So no iPad calculators or scientific calculators or graphing calculators, because we have to get good at the mental math and the hand math. And if that's a particular difficulty from you or for you, please talk to me and I can help you with some strategies to figure those things out. What it comes down to this semester is that I am trying to reorient our class so that it's more interesting for you and easier for you to engage so that you can get exactly what you need individually as a student, as a math student right now. Um, I want you to learn as much as you can, and I will continue to work as hard as I can to make sure that you learn what you need to learn. All you have to do is step in the door and choose.